All right, if you're a freelancer or you run an agency, you know this feeling. You do all this critical, behind the scenes work to keep a client's website humming along perfectly. But because nothing breaks, the client doesn't really see the value. You're like a ghost in the machine, right? Your work is invisible, and that makes it incredibly tough to get paid what you're worth. Today, we're going to fix that.
Let's just put this into perspective for a second. A tiny 1-second delay in your client's page load time, that can tank their conversions by a whopping 7%. Now, if they're running an e-commerce store, that's not just some small glitch. We are talking about thousands, maybe tens of thousands of dollars in lost sales over a year. That's the real, tangible cost when maintenance gets ignored.
And this really brings us to the heart of the whole problem. It's not just about the client losing revenue. The hidden cost of all this invisible work is you losing income, and maybe even losing the client's trust. So what's the move here? How do we solve this?
Well, the core of the issue is what I like to call the invisible value trap. See, websites almost never just crash and burn overnight. It's more like a slow decay, one missed update, one little performance dip at a time. And because that decline is so gradual, all the amazing preventative work you're doing flies completely under the radar, until everything goes sideways. This slow decline, it happens in really predictable ways, doesn't it? A missed software update here, an ignored security patch there. Performance starts to get a little sluggish, the user experience suffers, and then, you guessed it, revenue starts to dip. Every single step in this downward spiral is a preventable problem that hits your client's bottom line directly. So, how do we climb out of this trap? Well, the very first step is to make your invisible work visible. And honestly, the most direct way to pull that off is with clear, consistent reporting. You've got to show them, not just tell them, the value you're bringing to the table. This is the million-dollar question, isn't it? It feels like a riddle, but the answer is actually surprisingly simple. You have to document everything. You need to create a paper trail, provide concrete proof of all the vital work you're doing behind the curtain. And your solution, your proof, is the maintenance report. Now, this isn't just some boring list of tasks you checked off. Think of it as a data-backed story of how you're protecting their investment. It's a tool for building massive trust and a stage for you to showcase just how much of an expert you are. A really great report is super clear and gets right to the point. It focuses on what the client actually cares about. Updates that keep their site working, performance numbers that show it's fast and reliable, security scans that prove you're the gatekeeper protecting their digital storefront, and of course, successful backups that give them total peace of mind. Okay, so reporting is a fantastic tactic. It's absolutely essential. But it's really just one piece of a much, much bigger strategy. And that brings us to the core idea for today, productization. This is about making a fundamental shift from just selling your time to selling a tangible, high-value product. Now, productization isn't just some trendy business buzzword. It's a real, formal process. It's all about taking those kind of fuzzy, as-needed maintenance tasks and bundling them into a clearly defined product. The whole goal is to create something concrete that a client can easily understand, easily buy, and easily see the value in. And any solid productized service really stands on three main pillars. First, it has to be clearly specified, so the value is just obvious. Second, it needs a brand to make it feel real, to make it something tangible. And third, it has to be priced clearly. So let's break down how to actually build this thing. Okay, so theory is great, but how do we apply this framework in the real world? We're going to walk through each of these three pillars, specify, brand, and price, and build our very own productized maintenance plan from scratch. First up, we specify. This is where you take all those valuable and often invisible services and you bundle them up into a neat package. We're talking performance optimization, security monitoring, uptime checks, and maybe even things like priority support access. These are all concrete deliverables that together create a crystal clear value proposition for your client. Next, you brand it. And trust me, this step is absolutely crucial. You're no longer just offering website maintenance. No, now you're selling the Business Shield Plan or the Performance Pro package. Giving your service a name transforms it from a boring list of chores into a valuable asset. It makes it real. And finally, you price it. See, productization makes it so much easier to create clear, value-based tiers. Your essential care plan for a small business might be in one price range,
while a Growth Pro package for a bigger client could easily command a much higher price. The pricing becomes totally transparent and simple for clients to understand and approve. Okay, so you've done it. You've created this amazing service, product, the clients love it, but how do you actually deliver it efficiently when you start getting more and more clients? The answer is all about building systems to support your product. Because this is the exact challenge that leads straight to burnout. Trying to manually manage updates, run scans, and put together reports for dozens of clients, that is a recipe for disaster. It's just not scalable. You need leverage. And that leverage is automation. The difference here is just night and day. Manual reporting takes hours, and let's be honest, it's easy to make a mistake. Automated tools can cut that time down to just minutes per client. They ensure accuracy every time, and they let you scale without breaking a sweat. This is how you deliver your product without drowning in busy work.
But let's dream big for a second. What happens when you get so successful that even automation isn't enough? What if you need to scale beyond what you and your team can personally handle? Well, there's a strategy for that too: strategic partnerships.
This is called the white label model, and it's both incredibly simple and incredibly powerful. Here's how it works. You continue to own the client relationship. You sell the product under your brand, but a trusted third-party partner actually does the work. Then you present that finished work to the client as your own. The benefits of this model are huge. You can grow your business without all the costs and headaches of hiring more people. This lets you focus on what you're best at, maybe that's sales or client strategy, while instantly tapping into specialized expertise to get the work done. Everybody wins. And this quote just sums it all up perfectly. The invisible, behind-the-scenes work of website maintenance, it's complex. Productization is the genius move of making it all simple. Simple for the client to understand, simple for them to buy, and ultimately simple for you to sell and deliver at scale. So, here's the bottom line. By turning your invisible service into a tangible, valuable product, you can finally get paid what you're worth for the incredible value you provide. You'll build deeper trust, create predictable, recurring revenue, and grow your business like never before. The only question left is, are you ready to simplify